Hello, good evening, and welcome to Business Live. Coming up, total value of Ghana's economy projected to hit $100 billion by the end of this year, pushing the country into higher middle income status.
John Dramani Mahama has unveiled the country's infrastructure plan, which forms part of the nation's long-term development strategy.
And Fitch Solutions is projecting a strong economic outlook for Ghana in 2026, forecasting that the country will outperform many of its emerging market peers next year.
What if I told you there's a West African country that casually turns cocoa beans into billions, attracts investors like it's running the world's hottest VIP club, and still manages to be friendlier than your aunt who insists you take home leftovers? Yeah, we're talking about Ghana, the quiet heavyweight champion of African economies. Ghana doesn't flex loudly, it just performs, grows, stabilizes, outpaces competitors, and then smiles politely while doing it. Today, we're breaking down exactly why Ghana is so rich and why it remains unmatched in Africa when it comes to building a resilient, balanced, money-making economy. And trust me, by the end, you'll be wondering why this country isn't talked about even more. Let's start with the foundation of Ghana's economic empire: agriculture. While other nations were gambling on unstable markets, testing political experiments, or fighting inflation like a boss battle, Ghana leaned in to what it knew best: farming. And not just hobby-level farming. We're talking agriculture so dominant it once contributed over half the entire GDP. Think about that. One sector carrying an entire nation on its back like a gym bro doing deadlifts without a spotter. Cocoa alone employs nearly 800,000 Ghanaians and pulls in billions every year. It's not just a crop, it's a national treasure, a cultural symbol, and an economic engine all rolled into one. And Ghana didn't stop there. Cashews, peanuts, palm oil, bananas, rice, the list goes on. These aren't just exports, they're economic lifelines. And here's where Ghana makes the clever move most countries miss: value addition. Instead of relying entirely on exporting raw cocoa and letting Switzerland win all the chocolate awards, Ghana said, "Hold up, why send wealth out when we can keep some in?" So it started aggressively pushing local processing, meaning more factories, more jobs, more chocolate, and more economic power. It's giving strategic upgrade, and investors absolutely love it. Agriculture feeds millions, pays millions, and keeps the country's economic heartbeat steady even when global markets get temperamental. But if you think farming is the star of this show, oh, we're just warming up. Because now we're entering the shiny zone. And I mean literally shiny. If agriculture is Ghana's steady, reliable income, then natural resources are its jackpot. Get ready, because fact number 2 is dripping in gold, oil, and minerals so valuable they could make a dragon jealous. Now let's dig into the juicy part: the minerals. If you've ever wondered why Ghana walks around the continent with quiet confidence, here's your answer. The country is literally sitting on a sparkling treasure chest. Gold isn't just part of Ghana's story, it is the story. Ghana didn't earn the nickname the Gold Coast because someone liked the color yellow. No, Ghana has been a global gold magnet for centuries. Today, it's the #1 gold producer in Africa, beating out heavyweight contenders like South Africa. And we're not talking small-time gold bars you'd hide in your sock drawer. We're talking massive reserves, over 1,000 metric tons, the kind of wealth that makes foreign investors perk up, like someone just whispered tax-free profits. Gold alone accounts for nearly all of Ghana's mineral exports, pumping a massive stream of revenue straight into the economy. And with modern mining technologies, investor-friendly policies, and a government that actually tries to make business easier, rare sighting in many places, Ghana became the place companies run to, not away from. But gold is only the start. Diamonds, bauxite, manganese, limestone, offshore oil. Ghana is basically the Costco of natural resources. There's variety, quantity, and enough value to keep the economy glowing even on its off days. And let's not skip the oil. The 2007 discovery of offshore reserves at Jubilee Field hit Ghana like a winning lottery ticket. Not the buy a new iPhone kind, but the we're upgrading the entire country kind. Oil boosted GDP growth so fast, analysts started using words like skyrocketing, explosive, and mind-blowing in very serious economic reports. For a moment in global history, Ghana was the fastest-growing economy on the entire planet. Not Africa, the planet. That's not luck. That's timing, policy, investment, and a little sprinkle of good old-fashioned resource abundance. But here's the part people don't talk about enough. Ghana didn't let gold and oil turn it into one of those countries that depend on one shiny thing until the price crashes and everyone panics. Instead, it diversified. Gold pays the bills, oil fuels big projects, but governance, agriculture, and tourism keep everything balanced. That's the real flex, the stability, the maturity, the strategic restraint. Ghana doesn't blow its revenue on flashy, short-term popularity stunts. It tends to reinvest in infrastructure, social programs, local businesses, and international partnerships. Investors absolutely adore stability, and Ghana knows exactly how to serve it. But if you think gold and oil are the whole story, buckle up, because the next factor is the one nobody expects: the people. Not just population numbers, but mindset, culture, creativity, and a reputation that keeps bringing the world back. Fact number 3 is where Ghana stops being just wealthy and becomes magnetic. Ready? Let's talk tourism, soft power, and a whole new level of global influence. Before anyone tells you Ghana's economy is all gold mines and cocoa farms, let me introduce you to the country's secret economic upgrade: tourism and soft power. This is the part where Ghana steps out, adjusts its sunglasses, and says, "Welcome to the culture capital of West Africa." Tourism in Ghana isn't just people visiting, it's people spending a lot. From Accra's nightlife that refuses to sleep, to Cape Coast's deeply historical roots, to the Volta region's absurdly photogenic landscapes, Ghana pulls in visitors like it's running the world's most charming trap. And visitors don't come empty-handed. They book hotels, eat local, buy crafts, pay for tours, rent cars, and drop money into the economy in ways that multiply through entire communities. And let's not forget the phenomenon that shook the travel world: the year of return in 2019. Ghana didn't just invite the African diaspora home, it created a cultural moment that celebrities, influencers, business leaders, and millions online couldn't stop talking about. Flights were full, hotels were booked out, restaurants were packed, and the tourism sector brought in billions. The kind of success that made other countries quietly take notes, like, maybe we should try this too. Even in the years after, Ghana maintained its status as one of Africa's friendliest, most welcoming destinations. The vibe is unmatched: modern yet rooted, peaceful yet energetic, humble yet confident. Travelers feel it, investors feel it, and the diaspora, oh, they really feel it. Many of them don't just visit, they buy land, start businesses, or relocate entirely. That's not tourism, that's economic gravity. But the soft power doesn't stop with travelers. Ghana has a cultural export machine: music, movies, fashion, and influences that is growing louder, stronger, and globally recognizable. And yes, the entertainment industry is so powerful it's literally giving Nigeria competition. From Afrobeats to high life, from Kenti Prince on global runways to Ghanaian actors crossing borders, the country's cultural influence adds priceless visibility that boosts tourism, investment, and brand value. Ghana figured something out early: when your culture travels, your economy follows. And that's why the next factor hits even harder. Because none of this is possible without a backbone that holds the entire country steady. If tourism is the attraction, then governance is the engine keeping everything running smoothly. Now let's talk about the real cheat code behind Ghana's rise: the thing most countries underestimate until it's too late: good governance and political stability. See, this is where Ghana stands tall, while other nations are out here speed-running political chaos like it's a sport. Ghana said, "No thank you, we'll take peace, progress, and a functioning democracy, please." Since independence, Ghana has had its ups and downs, sure, but when the 1990s rolled around, something clicked. The country shifted toward transparent governance, stronger democratic institutions, and policy decisions rooted in actual long-term thinking. Radical concept, I know. While other places were having leadership changes faster than people switch hairstyles, Ghana built a reputation for stability so reliable that foreign investors started treating it like a safe deposit box. And here's the thing about stability: money loves it. Investors don't just check GDP and export numbers. They check if the government will randomly change policies overnight, if elections end in chaos, and whether contracts actually mean something. Ghana earns major points here. It consistently ranks among the top African countries for press freedom, rule of law, and political calm. This is the kind of atmosphere where businesses thrive, deals get signed, and long-term projects aren't ruined by the sudden plot twists that plague many developing economies. Remember, foreign investment isn't charity, it's confidence. And Ghana has built that confidence brick by brick. The Economic Recovery Program, followed by the reforms of the mid-90s, laid the foundation. By the time oil was discovered in 2007, Ghana already had the governance blueprint to avoid the dreaded resource curse. Instead of letting oil tear the country apart, Ghana used it to boost growth, attract capital, and upgrade infrastructure. And let's give credit where it's due. Ghana invested in people just as much as in profit. The village infrastructure project in the late 90s proved that the government wasn't only thinking about Accra and big business. Rural roads, water systems, post-harvest storage, community empowerment, all of it contributed to reducing poverty and linking rural communities to national markets. That's long-term strategy. That's nation building. And that's how you create an economy that grows everywhere, not just in the capital. Governance isn't sexy. It doesn't trend. It doesn't go viral. And it won't get 1 million views on TikTok. But it's the backbone of everything Ghana is accomplishing. Stability brings investors. Stability brings tourism. Stability brings partnerships. Stability keeps people employed, communities growing, and the currency from doing a backflip every 6 months. But wait, we're not done yet. Because the next chapter of Ghana's economic greatness, that one isn't just about money. It's about identity, culture, power, influence, something deeper than exports and GDP charts. If you think Ghana's success is only physical, cocoa, gold, oil, farmland, you're missing the part that actually lights the fire. If you really want to know why Ghana's economy hits different, you have to look past the cocoa, the gold, and the oil. The real engine behind Ghana's rise is the people, the culture, the identity that grabs the world's attention without even trying. Ghana didn't just build an economy, it built a brand. Start with the peace. Ghana is one of the most stable countries in Africa. And peace is not just a vibe, it's currency. It's what attracts investors, keeps businesses secure, and allows long-term development without constant political plot twists. In a world where instability kills growth, Ghana's calm confidence becomes a superpower. Add to that the cultural influence. Ghana's music, fashion, food, movies, and creators travel the globe, putting the country in conversations it didn't even have to buy its way into. That's soft power, the kind that boosts tourism, attracts the diaspora, and creates global curiosity. When your culture becomes universal, your economy benefits quietly but consistently. And the diaspora? They are a walking economic engine. They send money home, start businesses, buy property, launch startups, and reinvest into the country they still feel connected to. Many nations depend on their diaspora for survival. Ghana's diaspora contributes out of pride. That difference? Huge. But here's the key. Ghana isn't pretending to be perfect. It knows its challenges: sustainability, rural development, industrialization, and it's actively working on them. That's what separates a lucky country from a strategic one. The reason Ghana keeps winning is simple. It learns, adapts, and plays the long game. So why is Ghana so rich? Because it blends stability with ambition, culture with strategy, tradition with progress. Ghana doesn't just chase economic growth. It builds environments where growth feels natural. And if this breakdown gave you a new appreciation for Ghana's rise, go ahead and hit that like button. Before you click away, subscribe for more deep dives like this and comment below which country you want us to explore next. Your engagement keeps this channel growing, just like Ghana's economy. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned. The next story is already loading.